Bitch, I'm back out my coma.
I just want to sit down because we're halfway through 2024 and talk about some music that I've enjoyed, that I thought has been good. It's not that serious, it's not that deep. It's just a nice little relaxed video where I can talk about a few albums I've really enjoyed.
She's gonna bang her head like 1981.
Now, I did a whole video dedicated to reviewing this album. However, I do think it is important to go back and see maybe how my thoughts have changed. To simplify my feelings, everything I liked, I like more. Everything I dislike more. The title track, I actually really like. I think it's just because it's so catchy. I've found myself singing that, like, calling all saviors tonight. I've been singing that a lot. Coma City, you know. A lot of this album is really catchy. But then when you have songs like Father to a Son, its cheesiness and its just poor attempt to do what Green Day's done in the past better, it's just really apparent. And so I very much don't fuck with those elements as heavy, which is okay. Honestly, if this album is just an excuse for them to tour, I'm okay with that. But I also see why other people really don't fucking care.
Do it stay wet? Do it smell fresh?
I was really excited for this album, I'm not gonna lie. It was really hard for me to actually form my opinion on this album because there's just so much strong discourse on either side. You know, you have Fantano saying that this album is unreviewable, but then you have people dick riding to the ends of the earth. And so it took me a hot minute to try and, you know, distance myself from the discourse and be like, okay, how does Hyperpunk Peaches feel about Vultures 1? And I think the reason that took me so many listens is because almost every song has an element that's really good and an element that is just absolute shit. And most of the elements that are absolutely shit come from Kanye. For every good moment this album has, there are 3 that are bad. But also, I do see the appeal of why people are like, beautiful butt-naked women just don't fall out the sky, you know? I know. Fuck, this is a mess. No matter what you say about this album, you're gonna make someone mad. This album is actually why I decided I'm not doing a worst albums list. I think regardless of how you feel about the quality of the album, I think everyone can agree Kanye was ridiculously unprofessional with his release process on this album. Holy fuck. I've never seen a mainstream artist fuck up something more properly than how Kanye fucked up this release. And I'm sorry, I have zero hope Vultures 2 or Vultures 3 are coming out. And if they do, I'm not fucking excited to listen to them.
I'm only here for your entertainment.
Prelude to Ecstasy by The Last Dinner Party. This is a good album, and this is a good album that caught me unexpectedly. No, this album is really good, and I think the reason why is not only is it lyrically great, but it's one of those albums that really makes you just feel like you're entering another world. That's like cheesy to say. Really does make you feel like you're experiencing an event or going to something. I know that there's an interview where they talk about how the reason they named their group that is because they pictured like a debaucherous dinner party. And yeah, it shows in the music. And, you know, they talk about like fucking in a way where it just doesn't matter.
And I will fuck you like nothing matters.
This album is not made for me. I don't relate to a lot of the shit in this album, but that's okay. I've got tickets to go see them, and if my friend doesn't mind me telling this anecdote, they were like, oh, I hope the bassist signs my tits. And that made me laugh.
Half of love is still love.
Loss of Life by MGMT. My first exposure to MGMT was on really cringy Sigma edits on Instagram using Little Dark Age. So it's actually pretty nice sitting down and just listening to one of their projects. Focusing on the negatives for a second, I don't know why. I fucking hate Dancing in Babylon. It is a consistent skip for me. But besides that, I love how this album starts and ends with like doo-doo-doo.
You can sail off the edges of the earth.
There are parts of this album that are heavily influenced by like Oasis and Blur and that era of the battle of Britpop, and that's really cool because I fuck with that shit heavy. My two favorite songs from this are Mother Nature and Bubblegum Dog. Those are just so good to me, both lyrically and musically. People in the Streets is amazing. This is an album that like Hyperpunk Peaches recommends. Go listen to this, please. Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande. Another album I'm very much not in the target demographic for, but fuck it. This album is fun and I enjoy it. Supernatural is such a freaky song. Like, it's like Ariana Grande be like, match my fucking freak. The fuck are you talking about? Shit's good though. Like, I fuck with this so heavy. Yes and being the biggest hit from this is kind of stupid in my opinion. It's nowhere near my favorite song on the album. Like, yeah, it's catchy. But like, Boy Bye, The Boy's Mine. This album makes you want to be a super freak. I'm not gonna lie. White girl music, stay winning. I'm really excited to talk about
Another day, another dollar.
The Road to Hell is Paved with Good Intentions by Vegan. This whole album is a love letter to trip hop, and I love trip hop. Obviously, bands like Massive Attack and Portishead are great, but I also really like Beings of Supreme Leisure, For Hero. So it's great seeing this album that's just kind of a love letter to 90s trip hop. It's so great to just chill out and listen to this. In the best way possible, this is the kind of music I listen to go to sleep. It's just really relaxing. It kind of helps you like just drift off. Another 9 Days, Halo Trip, Makeshift Tourniquet, Time Well Spent. Those are like my 4 favorites. I don't have this on CD yet, which is unfortunate because I think that Vegan actually makes some really cool merch, and it's clear that he's like trying to go for that like 90s nostalgia, which I wasn't alive for. But that's okay. It's a good album and I fuck with it. So heavy. Yard Act, Where's My Utopia? This album I expected to be a lot like hardcore punk than it was, which is, I haven't listened to Yard Act before, which I think is pretty obvious. So my camera died. So I was currently talking about Yard Act, Where's My Utopia? And what I was saying is, it was funny because the first time I listened to it, it reminded me a lot of early Gorillaz. And then I realized that one of the people who worked on the album actually worked on early Gorillaz. I guess the point I'm trying to make is, even though I went in with expectations of this being like the most hardcore punk album ever, which I still don't get why I thought that, it was still really good, and I still really, really enjoyed it. Swear to God, I hope I don't fuck up this pronunciation. Funeral for Justice by Madao Mokhtar. Alright, so this is a Niger guitar quartet, and this album also really caught me off guard. Due to the Kendrick and Drake beef taking up the majority of music discussion the month that this came out, there wasn't actually a ton of albums people were discussing, and I think that this actually allowed this album to kind of get more of a spotlight than it might have otherwise. Now, being fully transparent, I hadn't heard any of the band's earlier work, and the first time I listened to it, I just couldn't find a translation for the lyrics, but I could tell by some of the titles, I was like, this seems pretty political. Fortunately, I actually got this on CD, which is pretty uncommon for me getting something after only a listen or two. And thankfully, there was a translation for all the lyrics in there. Now, I'm not going to act like I know anything about African politics. However, my takeaway, listening and reading the lyrics, is it seems like they're pretty upset that essentially these African governments are just selling out to the West and not only getting rid of their cultural heritage, but literally oppressing some of the people who don't just want to fall in line and who actually want the wealth of these countries to go back to the people and not just be exported to foreign countries. I think this is a good example of music is just such a good way to introduce people to something that they might not hear otherwise. You know, if this was an essay that made incredible points, or a book with great citations, great evidence, personal anecdotes. I still think it would have made waves, but it just wouldn't be accessible for a teenager in the Midwest, you know? And not only do the politics stand out, but, I mean, the main reason I enjoyed this is the guitar work on this shit is gas. It's just really cool hearing how all the different guitar parts not only build on each other, but play off each other. It's really good. If you're someone who might be a little bit more pretentious and you haven't listened to this yet, I would highly recommend it. Another band that's gonna be a fucking... I'm worried about pronouncing. Beating the Drums of Ancestral Force by Fuck. What the fuck?
Sompantly.
Now, I love Aztec stuff. That kind of started, I went to a museum one time when I was a kid, and they had like literal Aztec sacrificial altars. It was so cool. And this band's name translates to skull rack, because the Aztecs would literally make skull racks of the victims they sacrificed. This shit is so fucking cool. Not only are they like a metal band, they also use elements like the Aztec death whistle, or they'll use like jungle soundscapes and like rain sounds to really kind of put you in the mind of someone in the Aztec civilization who's about to witness a big sacrifice. Now, this isn't related to the music, but did you know that the Aztecs would actually like trip out when they were watching the sacrifices, and they would let blood while it was happening too? So you would have people like seeing a bunch of shit and like bleeding out, and it was that sounds morbid as fuck. I can see why someone would want to make a metal album out of this. Now, my one gripe is the mixing isn't the best, and the reason I can tell is I've got pretty good earbuds. While listening, sometimes the riffs, like if there's a guitar solo, it'll just slam to the right ear or slam to the left. And that's pretty annoying. Like, genuinely, that's a pretty big problem. I want to get this on CD, but my main concern is, like, if I'm listening to this in my car, or even, like, on my nice CD player with the ultra bass turned on, it'll just, like, and it's, I don't know, I don't, like, this is annoying.
When I was 10, I was sipping Shirley Temples. Present day, I'm still sipping Shirley Temples.
No hands! No hands! I fucking love Joey V and bRAT. I hate to sound like fucking snarky, but I've been there since Underground Sound. I've followed these two basically since they started putting out music. And I can't tell you how exciting it is seeing them get this big, but also just like their quality like continue to rise. This album was my most anticipated album of 2024, and it delivered. I saw them earlier this year, and I've already got tickets to see them again. They're so much fun. Pack a Punch with Danny Brown is so good. His voice just fits their style so well.
Your face fucked up like a 2K skin.
It's so funny. This album is chock full of funny lines. Born with so much sauce, I think I was a fucking strong bully in my past life. Is great. My favorite song off this whole album is the title track. I love the saxophone. I've been that. It really is them just like fucking showing off. And that's so cool.
This ain't a watch, it's an Omnitrix.
And then the last album I want to talk about, maybe I've got recency bias, but it's bRAT. bRAT. Are you sick of bRAT parodies? It's bRAT by Charlie XCX. I didn't expect to like this album as much as I did. I listened to it because I loved Speed Drive off of the Barbie album last year. That was easily my favorite track. And I was like, you know, I'll give this a shot. I don't think it's going to be as good as Speed Drive, but who knows? Let's just fucking... Oh. It's good. My favorites are Club Classics, Talk Talk, Rewind, and Apple. I love Apple. If you look right now at my stats for Spotify, you will find tracks from this album from the very top to the very bottom. And that's unusual. That doesn't normally happen. This album was not made for me at all. Much like Ariana Grande's Eternal Sunshine, this one just totally not meant for me. But that's okay. I'm glad I gave it a shot. I'm seeing hundreds across the board for these reviews. Holy fuck. But yeah, those are all the albums that Hyperpunk Peaches, have enjoyed so far in 2024. This was obviously a lot more laid back video. It's been a hot minute since I've dropped a video, and I don't need to get into all that, but there was just a lot of shit going on in my life, and I've really missed making videos. In no means take this as like my super solid fucking final thoughts on any of these. I do think it's fun though to be like, okay, halfway through the year, what am I fucking with? And I'm excited to go back in December and see kind of how my opinion has changed. And the final thing I'll say is my next video will be coming out much sooner, and it will be about classic Lego. Yeah, fucking look how cool this shit is. I would have put this video out first, but it's going to be a much longer video. Here's an Explorian set that's really fucking cool. It's got this little guy. Then I've got a lot of classic space, like 80s space, that I'm excited to show off. This is very much just the tip of the iceberg. Thank you so much for watching. Hyperpunk Peaches, fuck.